So one of the things that I find wacky is how we think about money, how we think about the decisions that we actually make, given what's actually going on in our life and given the sort of value of the sort of decisions that you're doing, right? So one would think that we would prioritize, as human beings, we would prioritize more expensive decisions and spend more time on it. The two most important decisions that I know of um, is school choice, right? Going to the university that you're going to choose. That's a really important one, or whether you're actually going to choose to go to way to university in the program that you're going to take. And then the second one is who you're going to marry. If you think about both of those moments, so first of all, with school choice, most of us don't really spend a heck of a lot of time in terms of thinking about both the cost and benefit of that school choice and the programs that you're going to do. Most of us simply just apply to different places and then we see if we get in. And if we get in, we say, hey, great, we're going to go to that one rather than sitting down and thinking about the different school choices. And then the other one, you think about the sort of marriage thing and who you're going to be partners with. A huge financial decision, by the way. And most of us kind of just jump into it. You think about the moment when you do the proposal and you say yes, um, and it seems like it's this very quick decision. If this was a business decision, right, you would say, well, hold on there, let me do some let me sort of do some investigating and I'm going to come back to you in 6 weeks. Right. But we don't do that, right? As human beings, it seems just like absurd and stupid, right? To do that kind of stuff, where we're going to analyze the money that we're going to, large financial decisions, life decisions that we do, or, you think about massive choices that we make, what house you're going to make or what house you're going to do. One would assume that you would presume and do like a whole bunch of cost benefit analysis, Excel spreadsheets, and do all these fancy calculations. But nobody in their right mind does that. I did that, but I'm very extraordinarily weird as an individual. I realize that nobody sort of sits down and does these financial decisions in analysis and all that kind of stuff. We sort of go with, hey, that looks nice. I like that house. Let's go with that one. Let's see if we can actually afford it, right? And it has very little with thinking about one is the value going to be in the future. What are the costs associated with all that kind of stuff. I just want to say, like, the decisions that we make in life, the biggest decisions that are like in life that you think should matter and that are it seems absurd not to do large financial calculations with them. We don't do that. And the reason we don't do that is because we're human beings. And humans and sort of financial decisions and all that kind of stuff is a reflection of more of what we think about things, how we act about it, the emotions that we have, all these kind of things, all the sort of messiness of life matters more than the sort of rigorous financial analysis that you would do as an accountant or whoever is somebody that's going to analyze everything. I just want that to be, as your forefront as you're making decisions. You can make better decisions, right? If you do this analysis, especially on the more expensive things of life. But at the same time, if you don't reflect on it, that hey, I'm just a human being, right? And how do I change that? How do I moderate those decisions and act, more fiscally responsible or whatever you want to call it, more like a machine or whatever, right? Well, that's a choice, and that choice would matter, and it does matter. And you have to choose to sort of prioritize these things, right? Like sometimes you spend a great deal of time thinking about very minor decisions that have very little economic cost in our life. What gum we're going to choose. I spend a lot of time thinking about that. at a grocery store, I spend, you know, many minutes looking at, what gum do I have today? Well, what does that matter, right? Financially, I should just buy like five of them all at once, but I sit there and try to prioritize what pack of gum I'm gonna get. And, in the grand scheme of things, it's like very meaningless. But I'm a human being and I'm going to do those kind of things, and that's okay. I will sit down and prioritize those aspects of my life, just as if I'm a human being, and I realize that that is okay. All right. I just wanted to sort of point that out, the sort of absurdity it means to be a human sometimes. And that's actually a good thing. All right. Take care and have a wonderful day.